Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson, and I'm back again today with another 10 trades. Today's date is September the 24th, and I'm using my new Super Trader system. I took most of these trades around 6:30, 6:45, after 7. Some of them were a little bit later, 7:59. And I closed them all out somewhere around 8:30, approximately. I usually close out the trades when I'm basically happy, and I'm happy when I've got 100 or more pips. And looking at the total here, well, this appears to be over 200 pips. Have not done the math yet, so we'll get a tally at the end of this video. You really have to learn how to do 1 or 2 trades at a time. And this is very possible even if you just have a $1,000 account. The only difference is you'll have to do much smaller lot sizes. Practice in a demo account until you get very, very good at it. And that is a very good tip. Speaking about tips, I would also like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time, and that includes all my trigger systems. It took me 8 years and over 700 trading systems to learn that. To get that up to 80 or 90% success rate, you'll have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You will also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading, and a lot of education. I provide the education. You must buy the education, and then you must do the homework, or you will fail at trading. I highly suggest putting in more than 1 trade at a time, as no one knows which pair will move the greatest number of pips. That is why I place 3 or more trades at a time. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. Now we can get into these trades. I've done not only Forex, but as you can see, I've been trading futures pretty much daily, as these future pairs will pay out more than the pound pairs, and they move more. So if you are scared to trade pound pairs, don't even think about doing especially this NASDAQ. It will drive you crazy and give you lots of gray hair if you're not a good trader. But as you can see, the NASDAQ, day in and day out, produces not the most pips, but certainly the most money. It does pay $20 a pip, whereas things like gold and oil, it's like $10 a pip. So anyhow, let's run a check on this. And by the way, I believe all of these, if not all of them, most of them, did qualify for a great way to trade. That's using the indicators top and bottom to make a trading decision. Now before I pull the trigger, I always put a line in here, drill down the lights from the higher time frames. I want to make sure I'm going in the direction of the trend. And once you do that, you've increased your odds of having a winner 10 times more. Much higher percentage of having winner after winner. So, let's get into these trades. Pound Swiss, after I drill down the lights, I put this arrow here just to remind me that I want to be selling. Because when you're looking at 16 pairs here, sometimes you might forget which way it's going. So anyhow, This one, selling. Let's see where I got in at. Took the trade right here at this cursor. Did not even go 1 pip against me. Love trading this way. Super Trader makes it super easy to do. Now I could have got out over here, but as I said, I'm generally waiting until I see 100 or more pips. Anyhow, closed out the trade, looks like with 10 pips. And 10 pips on this pound Swiss paid $1,081. Moving on to the next trade, which was oil. Crude oil. Now, I did check them all, and this was the only one that did not qualify for a great way to trade. But it still was a winner. After I drilled down the lights, I knew that I wanted to sell. So that's what I did. Sold it. Let's blow it up a little bit more so I can see it. Here it is here. Did go against me. About 9 pips. And I closed it out, looks like with 11 pips. Those 11 pips on oil paid $1,100. Moving on to the next trade, the S&P 500. Here's another one. Here's the arrow. Knew I wanted to sell it, so that's exactly what I did. Sold it. Let's go to the 5 minutes so I can see it a little better. Sold it. Now it did go against me a little bit. 17 pips. It looks like I got 23 pips and 23 pips on the S&P 500. Paid $1,125. Also, it is another example of a great way to trade. Very high success rate. For me, it's about 95%. And I love those odds. Next trade, Pound New Zealand. Another example of a great way to trade. Let's see where I got in at. This one did go against me a little bit. 23 pips, not a big deal. Especially when you know the direction of the trend. Ended up with 19 pips. And 19 pips on the Pound New Zealand. Paid $1,332. Moving on to the next trade, Euro Aussie. Another good example of a great way to trade. Let's see where I got in at. This one didn't even go 1 pip against me. There's my stop right there, if you can see it. Tiny little red dash. Very tight stop. And looks like I locked in. Looks like 19 pips. And 19 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $1,377. And by the way, when I took the trade on all these trades, the system was telling me to buy blue right here and blue boxes. Okay, moving on to the next trade, the pound yen. Another example of a great way to trade. Arrow telling me from the higher time frames to sell. So, took the trade. There's the stop right there. It's like 1 pip. Took the trade and I closed out the trade right here at this cursor with 22 pips. And 22 pips on the pound yen paid $1,990. Moving right along to the Euro New Zealand. Another example of a great way to trade. System, everything's saying the super trend here is blue, blue boxes. Well, took the trade, didn't even go, well, let's see. Went 3 pips against me, closed out the trade with 31 pips, and those 31 pips paid $2,174. Moving on to the next trade, pound dollar. Another good example of a great way to trade. By the way, you can learn this like in less than a week. It's real simple and easy concept. System here, super trend, and was red boxes. So I sold it. Another one with a very tight, after this candle went down, there's my stop right there. Like, let's go with 1 pip on the stop. And closed out the trade at this cursor with 33 pips. And 33 pips on the pound dollar paid $3,300. Let's move on to the Russell now. This pair moves a lot too, by the way. Perfect example of a great way to trade. Drill down the lights, suggesting to sell. So I sold it, and by the way, drilling down the lights takes about 5 seconds to do. So, but I can't believe at how, well, let's go with at least 95% of the traders out there don't even check the higher time frames. And then you wonder why those 95% of the traders are losing. So now you know why. You have to drill down the lights. Took the trade at this cursor, did go against me 22 pips, and I ended up closing it out with 40 pips, and 40 pips on the Russell paid $3,700. The last instrument, NASDAQ. Remember, it pays out double the money, or $20 a pip. Here we go. Let's drop it down to the 5 minutes. There's the arrow telling me to sell, qualified for a great way to trade. So that's exactly what I did. Right here. Got in here. Now it didn't even go 1 pip against me. Exactly the way I love to trade. Ended up getting 22 pips. And those 22 pips, remember, they pay $20 a pip. So the grand total, because of the lot sizes I've been doing, that paid out $4,360. So another great day of trading and a great way to end the week. My pip total for today ended up being 230 pips, and those 230 pips paid $21,540. So if your system is not producing on a daily basis like my Super Trader, I suggest you get your hands on it, and to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video and you'll see this write-up. Super Trader system, I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. If you don't learn this, you'll never learn how to trade the markets. Now my system has well over 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Comes with 5 MT4 templates, 12 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Now I threw in a lot of PDF books and a lot of Word documents and 9 bonus videos. This is what you'll need. A lot of education to succeed. Now there's a lot of ways to trade the markets, and I do teach a lot of ways. That's why there's 45 training videos. And my number one way is a great way to trade, and I showed you plenty of examples today. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this. All you got to do is put the video on pause. Read everything. If you have any questions whatsoever, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. Now if you live too far, simple, just send me an email. Remember there's an underscore right here. Now I do prefer Skype, simple and easy for you to do. All you got to do is click on this link and we'll have a connection. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session and answer your questions, give you some tips and tricks. Keep in mind, I do all of that and there is no obligation to you. Now if you click on this link right here, you'll see 35 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So that just about wraps up this video, and I'll repeat it one more time again. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.